14 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
30 pounds.
How big will she get?
He's more average size, so, and based on his parents, he'll probably get in that 80-pound range.
And how big is the other one?
Enzo's 110.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Enzo's on the, well, he's not on the average spectrum.
No.
Because the average is like up to like 85 pounds. Sit! Good morning, YouTube. My name is Will. Lotus. This is Enzo. So today is Sunday, and we're at the park, right? Yeah, we're gonna do a little training, huh? Yeah. Enzo, come. Enzo, Lotus, come. Lotus, sit. Break! As always, if you want to follow them on Instagram or Facebook now, you can do so. And their old videos that when I used to put them on my channel are now going to be slowly going up on Facebook too. So if you want to see some of their old stuff, you can do that as well. So I feel like the pups are a little rusty, and I think it kind of gets like that. Summertime is so nice weather that we kind of just want to go out and have fun, but then fall approaches, we got to do more indoor stuff, we got to go out to places. I feel like we need to brush up a little, right, Enzo? Lotus, you need to brush up on your skills? No, I don't think you're an expert, Lotus. Enzo, yeah, I mean, you've had some pretty good success in the past. But I think if we want to go downtown some more, we got to get a little, shake the dust off. Okay, shake the fur off. Okay, that's fine, that works. Heel. Break. Alright, camera's getting real close to dying, but we're pretty much wrapping up here. I'm gonna let them play around some more. They've earned it, definitely. You'd think he'd realize that means I don't want you to do that. Lotus, the ground is dry. It's not raining. Your fur is all wet. Lotus, am I to assume this is all Enzo slobber on you? That's gross, Enzo. That's kind of gross. Not gonna lie, a little gross. You get to sleepy. Okay, Enzo. All right, so it is getting to be cold here, and sitting outside really isn't as much of an option. Seriously, Lotus, seriously. But those of you who have been following along notice that Lotus struggles with reactiveness and different things. While not necessarily shy, he is fearful. But they kind of run in the same sense of, you know, how to overcome these things. So if you have a pup that's shy or seems to be afraid, we just wanted to kind of go over a few tips that we've come up with for you guys to work. And really, you should be doing this with any pup just to make sure that they're well adjusted. First of all, squeaky squeak. First of all, don't try to shield them. They sense that sort of stuff, so if you're trying to protect them from the situation, they're gonna pick up on that. Your pup's gonna sense if you're nervous, so if you are in these situations, you need to be portraying somebody who's confident and fearless and not be acting nervous and afraid yourself. Otherwise, they're gonna pick up on that and potentially mimic that behavior themselves. Number two, while it is super important to reassure your pup in situations, you definitely don't wanna like baby talk them or act in unnatural ways. Otherwise, you're kind of telling them that it's okay to be that way when we don't want to encourage that behavior. If you're talking in a nice, calm, sweet, happy voice, that kind of sends the message that everything's good. So while we don't want to act fearful or afraid, nervous, we also don't want to act like everything's perfect either. Number three, I'm sure you probably know this as somebody who has a dog, but if you don't have a dog or you're thinking about getting one, definitely. Dogs sense body movements, eye contact. They're very aware of that stuff. Most of how they communicate is that way. Obviously, you can't just talk to them like you would a person. So be very mindful of how your body is acting, how you're walking, how you're standing, sitting, eye contact, all those different things. I know like for us, one of the few times, you know, I tell people that I've heard Enzo's like quote unquote scary bark 3 times in my life. And one of those times is when somebody from the gas company, I think, was in our house and refused to make eye contact. What do you do? Are you trying to attack the pillow? And refused to make eye contact with Enzo. He was not having that, and finally he let out a bark that said, "Everybody stop what you're doing, pay attention to me." Because really to him, I think he's just getting a sense of this guy is... Lotus, get over here and lay down. You're done. Come on. Calm. Sit. Thank you. So you definitely want to be mindful of that. Number 4, encouragement. So you definitely want to encourage them to get out of their comfort zone. However, you don't want to push them. You know, this isn't one of those scenarios where you just throw them in the pool necessarily. If they are afraid of new things, whether it's people, other animals, just being outside in general, who knows, off. Trying to get my camera back. You definitely want to introduce those things consistently and on a more frequent basis as time progresses. Now, if your pup is afraid of other people and other dogs, you know, going to the dog park may not be the best thing right away. You may want to just start with people or just dogs, or, you know, maybe people that they're familiar with and okay with who have a dog, you know, and so forth. So you kind of want to do it in steps, just like any type of training that you'd be doing. And And just remember as you're doing this, the more confident you are, the more confident they are going to be. Number 5, less is more. German Shepherds especially, but really any dog, they like rules. Setting up specific rules and guidelines for how things do and consistency are very beneficial to them. A good example of this is, you know, I was about to say in the last video, but I don't think I've uploaded it yet. So a video that's coming sometime next week, might be next Friday's video. I might throw it in as an extra video. Lotus, just chill, we're almost done. It's okay. Heel, heel.
He's a herder, so he wants to like chase him.
No, I mean, it's helpful because I'm working on distractions with him, so so it doesn't bother us.
All right, that's great.
Heel.
Was working on some reactive training with Lotus, and I had him in a heel, and he was doing really well. Very little reactiveness, it was great. We were walking around the fence line of the dog park, he was doing well. And then I let him kind of go free. I told him he could break, basically do whatever he wanted. Shortly thereafter, he started to react a little and such, and it was because it was kind of like, whatever. And I was pretty confident that was gonna happen, but I still wanted to try it because he was doing so well with the heel that I was like, all right, let's try to go a little bit farther and see how we go. He did react. I wasn't shocked, although better than it has been in the past, so that was good. But when he was in that role of what he's supposed to be doing and knew his place and everything, then he was much more confident around those other dogs than when he was just free to do whatever. And number 6, this is kind of like a bonus one. Always remember to reward them for good behavior. You know, it's real easy to tell your dog to sit, and when they do it, you're like, oh, good boy, and you give them a treat and everything. But sometimes I know I can be bad about this. My wife, same thing, we're always trying to remind each other. You know, we're so used to like working with Lotus on reactiveness that sometimes we go outside and like the neighbor's dog a couple houses down is out there and he doesn't react, and it's like, crap, like I need to like tell him like good job, like that's great, that's awesome, I know you're a good boy too. You know, can't be forgetting that is so important. And really that's just in life in general. I think people, we forget. It's very easy to criticize, it's very hard to remember to praise, when praise is so much more important than criticism in pups and people. So definitely don't forget that. I said it as a bonus, but honestly it should probably be number 1 because it really is just that important. With that, appreciate you guys as always. Feel free to follow them on Instagram and Facebook now. If you would like, the links are down below. I will be posting a lot of older videos on the Facebook, because you can do that on Facebook, where obviously you can on Instagram. And also in this video, I'm sure you noticed there was a couple cut scenes of like older videos. I've got a lot of, oh, you need the attention too? I know, the scenes were of you, I know. You know, I've got terabytes of footage, like just hundreds and hundreds of thousands of gigs of footage. And it's like, what do I do with all this other than save it? And I was like, you know, maybe I'll just start throwing some in occasionally. So if you guys like those, let me know. Otherwise, appreciate you guys as always. Always feel free to comment below with any questions. I told him. Oh, back at the house. Got the sleepy. All right, well, that's gonna do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe for more German Shepherd, Enzo, Lotus content. Follow them on Facebook if you would like to see what's going on kind of day to day. Any questions you have, leave them below. Otherwise, we'll see you guys on the next video. Videos are every Friday at least, sometimes more often, sometimes some live streams. Depends on what Enzo feels like, right? Right? Lotus, you say bye? Nope, got the hoppity hops. Enzo, how about you? Why you gotta be crazy? Lotus, why you gotta be the crazies?